Have you ever thought about taking steroids? Then maybe you should reconsider. Because in today's video, we introduce you to Zan Carver from the YouTube channel Zan Carver Fit, who started taking steroids at the age of 23 and would certainly not do it again after his experiences. So how did that happen? And which serious consequences did he sustain as a result of his steroid use? Watch the video to the end and you will find out. Zan Carver had been working out since he was a teenager and finally decided to train for future men's physique competitions when he was about 23. To do so, he went on an 18-week diet and in the process achieved the best shape he'd ever been in. But that was simply not enough for him. Although he had a six-pack and was extremely shredded, he was not satisfied with his muscle mass. He wanted to be significantly bigger with the same amount of body fat. He compared himself a lot with well-known fitness influencers and finally decided to go to the doctor for a checkup because he thought he didn't have enough testosterone, and his suspicions were confirmed. He actually didn't have as much testosterone as a man his age should have. Instead of 250 to 1100 ng-DL, he only had 119 ng-DL. Eventually, his doctor prescribed testosterone replacement therapy, or TRT for short, in the course of which he injected 100 milligrams of testosterone siphonate every other week. Admittedly, it was a very low dosage, but it worked. After some time, he had his testosterone level checked again, which was now at the upper end of the natural range, between 500 and 900 ng-DL. His dose was then increased again. He now received 100 milligrams of testosterone siphonate weekly so that his testosterone level remained more stable. But even with this, Zan Carver was not yet satisfied. As already mentioned, he wanted to take part in bodybuilding competitions in the future, and therefore increased his dose on his own to 400 milligrams weekly, split between injections every other day, so 4 times as much as his doctor actually recommended, but still a dose that is, in the grand scheme of things, relatively low for a bodybuilder. And the effects didn't take long to materialize, because Zan Carver built up a lot of extra muscle mass in a short space of time, but was also confronted with some side effects. For example, extremely severe and bleeding cystic acne, which caused considerable pain if anyone so much as touched him or if he was lying on the bench doing bench presses. Imagine you have an extremely impressive body, but can't show it off because your skin is covered in bleeding and festering acne. You wouldn't wish it on anyone, but it can be a side effect of too much testosterone, especially if you already have acne problems without steroids. In the end, Zan Carver had to reduce his testosterone dose back to the level his doctor had recommended, and in the course of this, the acne also disappeared. In the meantime, he's training again with exactly the same dose and is still satisfied with his results, but the scars from the extreme acne all over his body will remain forever. So it's clear, steroids can not only make your body look better, but also cause major issues if you are predisposed to certain things. Generally speaking, gear can intensify acne, hair loss, gynecomastia, and a few other problems, the typical side effects of steroids. Zan Carver had to experience this firsthand in an extreme form, so think very carefully about whether you ever want to take steroids. The possible consequences for your health are usually not worth the extra muscle mass you can build up. Steroids only make sense, if at all, for professional bodybuilders or fitness influencers who make lots and lots of money with their physique. That's it again for today. If you liked the video, share it with your friends.